Hey y'all, it's your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles here. I went through and did a quick analysis on Goodwill Outlet, Goodwill World Outlet, the bins, versus going to like a retail store, like a standalone Goodwill or the Ark or just, a locally owned thrift store. And I did an analysis from a time perspective on what was the better use of my time. Time is money. I say it a billion times. Time is money. So I thought it was really interesting, and I wanted to share it with you. So stay tuned to see how I did the analysis and then also my results. Hey, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I am a reseller on the PoshMark app. I dabble a little bit in eBay, mostly on PoshMark. Make sure to subscribe and hit notifications so you get updates on my new content. I do Saturdays with Sarah where I release a new video, either a new haul or a new strategy that I've tested, data-driven, always, and then sometimes stuff kind of pops up in and out of the week as well. But make sure to subscribe so you get that. Hit me up on Instagram as well. I do giveaways there, sales, tips, whatever it is. So I am a reseller, but then I also have a degree in mathematics and a experience in data analytics. I've created an analytical dashboard for the PoshMark Sales Report. I will link that down below. You'll kind of see it popping in and out of all of my videos. The purpose of this channel is to show you how to use your data to meet your goals. So everything that I am kind of talking about is data-driven strategies. Show you how to use your data. That's my big thing. Use your data. We live in this world where you have access to all of these ideas and strategies, but you don't know if they work until you test them out and you look at your data. So I kind of help you do that. Drop a note below on any questions that you have, data-driven strategies that you've tried. Today, and then for the analytical tool, at the end of the video, I will leave a discount code for you if you want to purchase it. It's on my Etsy. And then I also have videos if you know how to use Google Sheets or Excel, you can kind of make these yourself. Today, I went through and if you watch my channel, I say time is money all the time. And it's so true. I am a part-time reseller. I have 3 children. Very rarely do I get time to myself to do anything. So I try to make the most of my time. And in doing that, and even if you're a full-time reseller, like you want to make the most of your time so that you can make the most money, excuse me, maximize your profit, make the most of your money. So I was sitting down and I was doing an analysis for myself on shopping at the Goodwill Outlet bins versus shopping at a retail store. And the purpose of this video is not to tell you what's better. Something different works for everybody. You have different resources. You have different preferences. I was talking to some friends and they're like, yeah, but I like the treasure hunt of the outlets, which awesome, cool. Then, part of what you're doing, you have to enjoy it, right? So this isn't necessarily to tell you which is better for you. It's to kind of walk you through how I do these analysis and how I made a decision. And I thought this one was kind of fun because everyone talks about, the bins and the retail. I'm going to preface this with the closest bins. So if you don't have a bins available to you, obviously that's not an option. The closest bins to me is about 25 minutes away without traffic. I do live in Denver, Colorado, so I've heard that our bins are like really good. But I also think that we have really good retail stores too. So look at how cute. Sorry, it just caught my eye. I was doing some listings. I love vintage. If you watch any of my sales videos, vintage is the top seller for me, and I love it. It's so cute. So bins are a little bit further for me, and time that I have to source tends to be on sales days at retail. So I popped in real quick this morning and I got 4 items. I was there for 6 minutes and I got 4 items, each worth $100, resellable, comped at $100 plus in 6 minutes, right? Ridiculous. And the store is 3 minutes from my house. So a lot of times I will pop into different stores when we're out and about and just do a quick browse. So you need to factor in what works for you in doing this. So this is just my analysis, how I went through and did it. So I went through and looked at my July sales. I'm not going to show you all of them. I do have a July sales video if you want to see what I did sell in July and how my sales were in July. But I'm going to kind of show you a few of my sales. And I went through all of them and I said, I got this at the bins, I got this at retail, I got this at the bins, I got this at retail. So let's see, I'll go through. Banana Republic sweater I got at the bins. The Sahari dress I got at retail. Levi's at the bins. Jacket at retail. Oh, I left that one. This Saks Fifth Avenue was actually from a PFF haul, so that one I didn't count. This amazingly gorgeous Michael Kors satchel I got at the retail. And when I say retail, I still mean thrift stores, but I mean like standalone, not bins, Outlet World. These boots I got at retail. The skirt at the bins. Both of the Calvin Klein were at retail. High-waisted vintage at the bins. BCBG, Max Azaria, and then also these vintage leather pants were at the retail. So in general, let me turn that off. For me personally, I tend to shop more at the retail because it's easier for me to get to. So in July, last month, I sold 44 items were from retail and 12 items were from the bins. I source more retail. It makes sense that I have more inventory that's retail. But I wanted to normalize that. So I took the average price, my average price that I made from bins items, and then my average price that I made from retail items. And my retail, on average, sells 30% higher than what I get at the bins. And the reason for this, I look at my analytical tool and I see what sells well for me. I know what brands sell well for me. And I go straight to those brands. You can't go straight to the brands, I wish. I go straight to those categories and I start there. So oftentimes I will go shopping and I will only hit up dresses and shoes and purses and not even make it anywhere else because I know they'll sell at a higher price point for me. Where at the bins, you kind of just gotta get what you get, right? I think I found one purse ever when I've gone to the bins. And only one time that I've been to the bins this year did I get a new shoe rotation. So then I rarely get shoes there too, because at our bins, the shoes, they pull out a rotation and people just grab. So if you go and it's on a shoe rotation, you're not going to find a pair. It's highly unlikely that you're going to find a pair unless it's kind of mixed in with the clothes. So I can target what I'm buying when I go to retail, where at the bins, you kind of just get what you get. And so then I factored in, I normalized it. So my average price per item times how many items I sold. And then I'm going to divide that by the total amount of hours that I spend listing, from start to finish, shopping to listing. And that'll kind of normalize it and give me an average price per hour. So I went through, how long does it take for me to shop for 50 items? At the bins, it takes me around 4 hours on average, to get 50 items. And that's including driving time. Because it takes me 25 minutes to get there. And that's time is money. That 25 minutes, I can be shopping for 20 minutes already at a retail store because I have retail 5 minutes away from me. So on average at the bins, it takes me 4 hours to shop for 50 items. At the retail, it takes me about 2 hours, including driving time, to find 50 items. Prep, clean, steam, all of the prep that it takes to get items ready. For the bins, it takes me about 4 hours to do all of that. So photos actually, and I had been tracking this, items from the bins take me about 10 minutes an item for a photo because I'm getting all kinds of different types of items. Clothing pieces tend to take me longer to get photos because you're measuring and whatever. Where at retail, I tend to get shoes and purses, and then dresses take me a little bit of time. But when I'm getting shoes and purses, I can take pictures much quicker than I can of clothes. So it takes me about half the time to take photos from items at the retail as it does from items at the bins. And then, and this is a big point for a lot of people, your average inventory cost, it is significantly lower at the bins. It's my retail cost, and this isn't even me going on sale days, my retail cost is about 4 times higher, inventory cost 4 times higher if I shop at a retail store as opposed to going to the Goodwill Outlet bins. So once you take just the cost into consideration, it's about equal. I'm spending a little bit more at retail, but I was getting items that are selling higher, right? Where I'm spending less at the bins and getting items that don't sell quite as high. When I factor just those two in, I was making about the same per item bins versus retail, which is interesting, right? But then time is money, and how much time does it take me to get items listed from the bins as opposed to from retail? And it takes me twice as long from items from, on average, it takes me twice as long from start to finish, cleaning, photos, and then listing. I will point out listing too, because I'm getting a whole bunch of different things. I find listing shoes and purses to be pretty easy. A lot of times they have names on them, they have serial numbers. It's easy to look up comps. And people don't have as many questions. They don't need to have as many keywords. And so listing as well is typically faster for me at retail because I'm getting more shoes and purses than just, a bunch of random things. So my time from retail to bins is double. It takes me double the time to get 50 items listed from the bins as it does to get them from retail. And so once you factor this all down into how much am I making per hour per item, it's 50%. I'm making double the amount of money on retail than I am on bins. And it's because time is money. It takes me longer to get items. It takes me longer to source. It takes me longer to list. It takes me longer to clean. All of that stuff from the bins, it is taking me longer than it takes for me at the retail, even though I'm paying more at the retail. So that was kind of my quick analysis. I am not saying that retail is the way to go. It may be the way to go for you. I wanted to talk you through how I did it and how I'm making these educated decisions, analyzing my data, thinking about what I'm doing so that I can make more money. I am able to increase my margins. I'm able to increase my profit. I am now, because I'm probably going to shop at retail a little bit more based off of this analysis. I'm spending half the time listing, so I can list double the amount of things, which means even more money because I have more items out there, right? Look at your data. That's my big takeaway from this. It's fun to look at the different bins versus retail. And everyone has different things that go into it, right? If you have bins really close to you, or you don't have any retail, or retail is ridiculously expensive, there's a lot of different things that go into it. But look at your data, make educated decisions. Time is money. Make the most use of your time so that you can maximize your profit and increase your sales. So that's my little spiel. I thought it was super interesting. I wanted to share it with you. Drop a note below. Let me know if you prefer the bins or retail and why. And subscribe, hit notifications. I do lots of these data analytics, analyzing, haul videos, all of that. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to my channel. Have a good day.